Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about the bigger picture. When you think things are going wrong, you think something happens, it unfolds, and it's completely out of line with what you want to see, what you've been manifesting. How do you deal with that? What do you think about that? What actually is that? I'm just going to briefly touch on a success story that I put up in my members area. I can't got permission to go into the whole story here, but I will just say it was the person in question ended up getting made redundant, which seemed like the worst thing in the world at that time. But actually it was the catalyst to lead them to this huge manifestation, this huge thing that they wanted to change in their lives, only ended up happening because they got made redundant. But so you can go two ways. When you get something show up that you're really not expecting, that you don't like, that's out of line with what you want, you've got a choice to make. My energy is all important here. Am I going to decide that this is part of the bigger picture? I cannot understand how it's possibly part of the bigger picture, but I'm going to decide that it is. Or am I going to go down the other route, which says, oh my God, this is all going wrong. Why can't I get this right? Why do other people make this work and I don't? Why do these things keep happening? Think of the two energies, how different they are. If you go down route A, so that's the good route, that's saying it's part of the bigger picture, you are going to be living a different reality than you are if you go down route B, which is everything is going wrong. Why doesn't anything work out for me? Why can't I make this work? I feel stuck. That is a choice. We make a choice. It's easy to drop into a certain feeling state, but we make a choice to stay there. If you're feeling stuck at the moment, and that's possibly the hardest one because you're not really fully aware of what that is, but if you are feeling stuck in life and you are feeling like nothing is moving, I just feel stuck with the way things are, decide that you don't want to feel stuck anymore. So you're going to speak to your subconscious and say, please help me, give me something that shifts me, that gets rid of this stuck feeling, that makes me feel freer, that shows me the possibilities, that makes me feel optimistic, that makes me feel excited, whatever words work for you. But every feeling state in the moment is a choice. And we might be plummeted into a feeling state, but it's always with something that we've chosen before that. So in this case, my member was first of all like, no, I cannot go down the route that you're suggesting because this can't possibly be a good thing, and did turn it around by deciding, okay, it doesn't feel too good, but I've got a choice the way I look at it. What way am I going to go? It's difficult because YouTube is a massive platform, and I only talk about things I've got permission to talk about, and I've been given permission to talk about it in my members area. So the whole story is there. But again, the choice is always yours. How am I going to look at this? How am I going to perceive what's happening here? I mean, for instance, I'm talking about choice here. There was a point in my life where I felt like everything was just imploding, let's say, and I felt really not in a good place at all, really wasn't in a good place. And I wallowed in it for a bit. And then one day I was hit with, this is your choice. You're choosing to stay in this state. Yes, everything's happening as it's happening. It's still happening, but you're choosing to live in it and to live in the energy of it. Do you want to feel like this in 6 months' time? And I thought, oh my God, no, I don't. And I thought, right, that's it. Today is the first day of that. I'm done with that. I am done with that. I am not living in this feeling anymore. And just by making that decision, I felt a bit better in the moment. And then I started sort of thinking, what else do I want to do? What do I want to achieve in my life? This is holding me back because I'm just thinking like this is the end of the world, and it's not, it's just not. It's the end of a chapter, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of my world as I know it. And so I looked at the other things I wanted to achieve, and actually that thing that seemed really negative and was really detrimental to me ended up propelling me forward, because it just gave me that power. I thought, no, I can't be doing this anymore, cannot be doing this anymore. I still felt like that as I was getting on with other things, but it started to get easier and easier. And then I would look back on it and go, really? I let myself feel like that for that long? I didn't have to, but it wasn't the worst thing that happened to me, because it pushed me forward and it got me to a place where I thought, God, I look back and think, whoa, look how far I've come. And I don't know that I would have come that far that fast past had that not happened. So again, you have to look at these things as a positive, however difficult it is. Try to look, I don't know if maybe positive is not the right word, because it's hard to do that, isn't it, when something feels really crap. But okay, look at it as part of the bigger picture. Just say to yourself, I cannot understand how this is part of the bigger picture. I cannot work out how this could possibly be part of the bigger picture, but I'm going to choose that it is. I'm going to decide that it is. Because if you decide that it is, it is. And if you decide that it isn't, it isn't. It's your decision to make. Every feeling state you are in, we cannot help the reaction that we have, and we might plummet into a feeling state. We can't help that. That's just the way we're made. But we can choose to stay there or not to stay there. So if you're feeling stuck, how can I not feel stuck? What can I do? Can I look at some videos that help that? Can I just ask my subconscious or my higher self, whatever you want to call it, to help me find a way out of this? Can I look for the reason if I don't know why I'm feeling stuck? Can I ask my subconscious to help me locate the reason? What is the reason? Why am I feeling like this? It will help you, whatever you ask for, because bear in mind that your subconscious is the part of you that stores everything. So it has the answer. It has the answer to everything, but if you don't tell it that you want the answer, it doesn't know. It only knows what you tell it. So you have to tell it, you have to instruct it, make a clear instruction. So if you don't know why you're feeling a certain way, ask. If you do know why, ask for help in overcoming that. Decide today that this is not the feeling I want to be in. I don't want to be feeling like this, so I can choose the way I feel. I can absolutely choose the way I feel. I might need a bit of help to get me there, but I'm going to decide today that I don't want this to feel like this anymore. I'm going to change the way I feel. I don't know how I'm going to do it quite yet, but I'm going to do it. So you make that decision. In that moment, you will start to feel a little bit better. And in that moment, you will have started to have a shift. So you look at things. So now, let's say something happened in my life. I mean, I have got into this massive habit of when something happens that seems like, oh, like we had something business-wise happen a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was now, and it was out of our control. And it was just something, it was a server issue. It's a big issue. We've got a lot of clients, and it was just affecting one particular client. And this seems a crazy thing to do, but I just go, subconscious, can you sort that out for me, please? Can you sort that out for us, please? Can you sort that out? I need that sorted. And I feel a very great sense of calm now when I do that, because I think, well, there's nothing else I can do because the rest of it's out of our control, but I can do that. And it started resolving itself the same day. And by the end of the day, it was completely resolved. And it was like, but actually the whole incident taught us something about the way we run the business. So do you know what? We learned something from that, and it did resolve. So I am in the habit of doing that all of the time. I don't, when I say these things to my subconscious and I instruct it to sort something out for me, I don't go, oh, that's sorted now. I have a bit of a calm within me, and I kind of do, but kind of me thinks, well, it might not happen. But usually it does. If it's something really, really big that I want and I can feel it weighing on me, it probably won't work in the moment. It probably won't work as quick, but I'll still do it. But I might feel an element of resistance there. So sometimes I just have to let that go completely and think, let's just leave it and see what happens. But when stuff happens, again, you have a choice of a path to take. You are going to go into a certain reality based on how you deal with this. So what reality do you want to be in? Yes, it might feel really shit in the moment. Perhaps it really is, it's a really horrible thing that you have to get through. But again, you can choose the way you deal with it. You can choose the feeling, and you can choose how you let that run away with you, whether you let it run away with you or whether you don't. That is a choice. Even if it's a horrible situation, you still get to choose how you're going to deal with it. So you can feel desperate and feel awful and go to pieces and feel like everything's against you, or you can go, this is crap, but I'm going to stay strong because I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to learn something from this. I don't know what it is. I can't imagine what I'm going to learn from it, but I'm going to learn something, and I'm going to deal with this, whatever it is, or you don't, So whichever one you choose is going to open up a different reality to you. So you're going to be shifting in reality, whichever choice you make at any given moment internally. So I'm not talking about the actions you take externally. I'm talking about inner reactions that you have, inner states that you have that you're allowed to be there or not to be there. It's up to you. So things that happen to us in life, bad things, they're not our fault. They're not our fault. Things that have happened to us in life, and don't ever blame yourself for anything that happens. But the choice then is yours on however you are going to deal with that. It's always yours. Whatever that thing is, you can choose to carry on feeling a certain way or not. it's difficult to say, isn't it? Because some people would have gone through hideous things in life, really, really awful things, and might still be going through them. But again, the internal choice is always ours. We cannot help the reaction, but we can help our reaction to the reaction. So in order to take our charge back of our life, we make a decision of how we want to feel. How can we best help ourselves to get to the feeling that we want to have? Right, I hope this was useful. Sometimes something pops into my head, I think I need to talk about that. And anybody that's given me a video for my list, I am still working through them, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about them. It's just that sometimes these things come up and they're the things that I really feel passionate about and the need to make videos. So hope this was useful. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a manifestation coach. I am an author and I am a mindset coach.